in the chat. So I believe that we can start.
Yeah, I see. So welcome everyone. We will start just in a couple of minutes while we wait for more people to join. And today we are diving into a topic of AI-powered ERP transformation. So how it will be? I will begin with a short introduction about our company, and then I will hand it over to Maxime, who will walk you through the core challenges and best practices of implementing AI inside ERP systems. And later in the session, I will return with two real cases from my own practice, showing how AI can optimize scheduling and logistics in Odoo. And throughout the webinar, feel free put your questions in the chat. I will open it right now. I see some people there, and we will make sure to address them later. Okay, and let's start with the introduction of who we are. First, Maxime, very welcome. Senior Project Manager at Glorium Technologies, AI solution expert. Maxime has been leading multiple AI transformation projects and specializes in integrating AI-driven features into enterprise systems. And I, Alexander, delivery manager of ERP and ERP consultant. I also lead our internal automation initiatives here at Glorium, where we focus on streamlining our own operations and help other companies simplify, optimize, automate their operations. Okay, I want to share my screen first. Can you see my screen? Everything is okay?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it's visible.
Okay. Some words about our company. As I mentioned, Glorium Technologies, a global digital transformation company within over 16 years of experience, and we currently have more than 250 engineers across USA, Ukraine, Poland, and Cyprus. And for some services, as Odoo implementation, we even have official presence in the United Arab Emirates. Also, we successfully delivered over 150 products, helping businesses across industries build secure, scalable, innovative digital solutions. And as you can see here, our operations are ICOR certified for quality, for information security, and for medical software compliance, which ensures that every project we deliver meets the highest global standards. Okay, and maybe we will move to the agenda of today's webinar. So today's session is all about how AI is reshaping ERP systems, and more importantly, how to make this transformation practical, compliant, and results-driven, I can say. We will explore how AI can help you overcome implementation pitfalls, ensure regulatory compliance, and achieve real, measurable business impact. We'll also take a closer look to use cases from AI-powered demand forecasting to logistic optimizations and intelligent scheduling using open source AI solutions. Yeah, and also some words about what we have in Glorium. At Glorium Technologies, we drive end-to-end business transformation all under one roof, as you can see here. Our expertise covers everything from business growth to custom software development, cybersecurity, compliance, and of course, business automation ERP systems. When it comes to ERP implementation, we currently work with two major platforms, Microsoft Dynamics and Odoo ERP. And today our focus will be mainly on Odoo, a powerful, modern, and flexible ERP. As it was born, by the way, in Brussels about around 20 years ago. Over the years, it has grown into a global platform known for its modular architecture, open source nature, and ability to adapt to virtually and business process. We see Odoo as a system that truly bridges innovation and practically, which makes it a perfect foundation for AI-powered ERP transformation. Currently, Odoo do have for about 70 applications, as you can see here, from accounting to fleet, CRM, everything is in one place. And we are talking about AI. Yes, so let's talk about AI features in Odoo 19, for example. Here you can see it's like a short list of something new in Odoo 19, but the lovely one is the accounting part, and especially invoice reading, reconciliation, and expense categorization. AI now handles some of the most repetitive finance tasks. As you can see, how it works. OCR extracts values and vendors data from email attachments. Bank statement lines are matched with ledger entries automatically. You will see the rainbow, or this rainbow automatically. Expense accounts are predicted based on past classification and confirmations. And the system improves over time and even flags anomalies when data doesn't match expected patterns. And much more. We have even AI-powered assistant agents, help desk, a lot of AI features in CRM, website, e-commerce, SEO, etc. So, and now when it comes to AI, we see that the some patterns, we see the same pattern everywhere. Everyone wants to implement AI, but in the same time, many are still a bit cautious, I can say, even afraid of it. And that's completely understandable because while AI can bring tremendous value, it also comes with its own challenges and pitfalls. So, sorry for my voice. To shed some light on this and share real world experience, I would like to hand it over to my colleague Maxim, who has successfully delivered multiple AI projects. He will walk us through why AI integration often falls short when it actually makes sense to use AI, and how to approach it in the right way to achieve real results. Pass to you, Maxim.
Yeah, thank you, Alexandra. Welcome, everyone. We're really happy to be here and to talk about it. And you should probably stop me on some point because I love to talk about AI and actually how it can help your business. And because I love how the real implementation of AI goes into the real business and enhance it. Okay, so when we're talking about AI, our goal is not to show you only one product or not to show you like only one way. It's to show you the drawbacks and pros and cons like for different solutions. But when we're talking about AI, let's agree on what we're talking about. AI. Currently, the AI tools and things that you can use in the business or in your private life can be divided into big groups. Is machine learning, which are the mathematical models and which is truly artificial intelligence, decision trees, and so on. So it's you can consider them as mathematical models trained by some data and can perform some actions. And LLM, which is large language models. The bright representative of large language models is ChatGPT. You know, I believe that all of you knows about it. And these LLMs can be also used into your business in the right way, because both of these AI directions has their drawbacks and values, actual values to use. If we're talking about ML models, usually it's really costly and a lot of efforts to train them and to bring them to life, like to some points. But if you do this, they work perfectly and actually really good. If we're talking about LLM, it's easy to start. It takes a lot of tasks and it can perform multiple different things. But you need to work with this properly because it has some drawbacks, and actually some of the things to think about and to actually that we address in every project with LLMs, with AI and agentic AI that we're doing, you can see on a slide, and I will stop on each of them. Okay, so AI market was growing extensively recently, like for the past couple of years, when LLMs became better and better, and actually a lot of people and company want to use them. But what we see on the market, and actually what brings negative experience with AI. For some of our clients, I heard this biases from them, that a lot of tools that are on the market are just a proxy for calling ChatGPT with some additional small additional extensions. But in this case, you're just still using ChatGPT, and like we can all use them by hands. The point of the AI solutions and actually applications and things that can get your business into the next level is not only to call and use these tools, but to use them properly and in the right way. Okay, let's stop on some drawbacks and some risks that you always will experience working with AI, and actually providers that brings you some AI solutions will also experience. First of all, it's integration issue. Like AI tool itself can be bright and great, and it can have, I don't know, some input fields so you can communicate with it. But until it's integrated with your business process, until it's integrated with your ERP system, for example, until it's integrated to the real data and actually bring some real value, it's useless. So it's just some tool that you can talk to about the weather, but not something that you can actually bring as a part of your processes in your business, and actually not that stably will generate you some value. Of course, we know that some employees, for example, use ChatGPT for some tasks. That's great, but it's not systematic approach, and it's not a part of your business process and workflows. So integration should be in place, and always when you're thinking about AI solutions, you need to consider integrational part as well, because like, without integrating into your business, into your ERP, into your processes, it's not working. Stability is the most the most widely spread bias, and it is like stability is a drawback that should be addressed when working with AI solution. As you know, if you will ask ChatGPT 100 times the same question, you will get 98 different answers. But the question is like, how can we work in business environment with something that is based on ChatGPT? So you need to know, and the vendors who is doing some solutions or like some solution which is ready should be should know how to address it, and should use approaches, tools, architecture to actually make it work stable, to get the stable output and get to the stable results. The thing which is connected to stability is hallucinations. It's not only that answer can be in different format, for example, but when we overload LLM systems, when we ask them a lot of and give them a lot of information, they can actually sometimes not only give you not exact answer, but actually answer some different question. So we name it a hallucination, and it always happen. It's not a big deal because like it's not such often case, I can say. But if we get this hallucination in production, of course, like it can break the system and it can just go everything can go wrong. So it's important to work with hallucinations as well in AI solutions. No tools involved. Actually, AI and LLM particularly work with text. So it gets question and prompt in text and answers in text as well. But text doesn't bring anything to your business. Text should be transformed into something. So into decision, into information that you put into the system and use after on the next steps, or push some workflow further, or and actually work with your data, work with your documentation, work with something real. And it means that we need AI solutions to be paired with tools. Tools are something that some real tools that can do something, do with your data, push your processes, do something in real world. I can say it. Of course, it's digital world, but let's name it do something in the real world. So tools are important, and it means that not only the core which AI is used, what models are used under the hood, but how these models and how the solutions interconnected with real things, like for example email or some ERP system, your and other parts like messaging applications and so on, is important, like because in these connections a lot of risks can be hidden. Latency, not in all the processes it's important for us to get latency. So it means that we're not always need an answer within 1 second, but in some areas where you need to make quick decision and process should follow like this decision, or for example when you implement AI tools into calling and like support calls, sales calls and so on, latency is important, and you need to understand while implementing or using some AI solutions what latency it brings to your process. Sometimes it's not important. We can do some processes overnight, and that's totally fine to get results in the morning. But sometimes, like every additional second is counted, and there are a lot of also tricks and some solutions how to overcome this latency. And adaptation to the business process, which is important, which is not something that is like dictated by the nature of AI, but sometimes our client missing this part, that solutions that you bring to your business should be adapted to your business and be in the right place. One of the areas why a lot of people want AI in their business, that AI can be bring just on your table. I will show you some examples. So it means that in the place where you're working day by day to perform some actions that you need. And it's important AI to behave even only in this direction, but not change the business processes to be able to work with some AI tools and AI solutions. Sometimes, of course, you're willing to change, but it should be dictated not by the tool itself, but by need of the business. Okay, what solution how solution should look like to overcome these drawbacks, and how we actually work, and always recommend all our clients and actually businesses we communicate with to work. There are a couple of rules to remember. So first of all, AI tools should have integration capabilities. Like not only it should be smart, but it should be really good integrated and has abilities to be integrated with different tools and different processes. Workflows and automations. It's something that goes usually in the package with AI, but it's important to check whether whether it's in place. So if you have smartest AI, but it can only gets questions and answers in one window, it doesn't work in the most scenarios. Like you need some workflow and automation under the hood that you can configure the steps and process in which AI tools are actually performing some tasks, and what is important to connect the output of this AI steps into the next processes. And here is not only the integration, but workflow under the hood and the workflow inside the agent or AI tool should be considered. Okay. Architecture and technical decisions should be made to use the right tools and in the right place. What is important, and sometimes I hear it from our clients. For example, I want, like we were getting requests. I want everything to be working with ChatGPT 5.1, for example. That's actually a good model. This model knows how to think, can provide really good results. But on one hand, it's expensive, and on other hand, it can be long thinking. And if, for example, in some business process, you need to have, I don't know, like 10 calls into AI to make some decision or to analyze some data, it can take some time to actually work with the model GPT 5.1. And in our solutions, we always consider the right models and the right tools for the right tasks. It's really important because, for example, like I have calculated recently, we are working in different solutions with more than 20 different LLMs, and all of these LLMs has some pros and cons in approaching different tasks. Some of LLMs are good for like logical and mathematical small tasks. Some LLMs are good in actually reasoning and creating some text and creating some content. And it's important, and actually it's really valuable and efficient to work the needed models and needed tools for the particular tasks. For example, if you need something to create your simple web page or generate some PDF, like you should use model which actually knows how to do this and do it quickly. If you need rich reasoning and analysis of the data, you can use smarter models, which will be more expensive, more like longer thinking, but will give you the better results. It's important not to spend all your money for smart models for the task that is not actually needs this smart and long thinking. Okay. It's always good to have vendors and actually partners who have experience in implementing AI solutions, because it's easy to start calling ChatGPT from the code, but you need experience to know how to overcome and how to deal with drawbacks that I stated on the previous slide. For example, the common practice for us in our solution is that AI on most of the calls should test itself. After we get the result, we show this result to this or other model and ask to validate this result against the format and the completeness that we need for the next step in the process. And it helps us to overcome hallucination, it helps us to overcome a lot of things and actually find bugs on make the self-healing system along the way. But like to know these tricks and to to understand how to deal with these drawbacks, like you need experienced partner who knows how to do this. And the last but not the least, you should have ability to do the real job. So AI should be able to go into your tools, solutions, and do real activities, real tasks. What is real tasks? It's something that you, as an employee, do for your business. It means that AI should be able not only make decision and think, but go and do some real actions. Okay, let's move further to the next slide. Then, okay, and now we will jump into some examples. We prepared with Alexandra a couple of examples that are more complex and actually address some important ERP system users' needs, which is forecasting and planning. And also, we will stop on different, and actually, we will discuss different solutions based on MLs, based on LLMs, and also in this case, we will show you the experience with our platform, which is Agentic AI platform, CogniAgent, and how we address some of these cases with CogniAgent. So first of example that of the cases that a lot of our clients are interested in, and actually a lot of businesses, is forecasting. Forecasting is really important because if you know what is going to happen, you can be prepared. You can plan your stocks. You can overcome overstocking. You can be efficient and more efficient than your competitors, which is important. And actually, like it brings a lot of cost effectiveness and actually business efficiency into the market. Okay, but when we approach forecasting, usually forecasting should use your data, historical data, and some market historical data. What are we thinking about, and what solutions exist on the market? I will just draw some big groups. It's not I can analyze in this 5 minutes all the market, but still. First of all, you have some simple and easy to install plug and play plugins for ERP systems or for your website, your e-commerce sites that provide you with forecasting. But yeah, this is easy. This is pretty cheap solution, but it usually provides you with poor mathematics, and it's only uses mathematical formulas that most of you can actually use in Excel. So the reliability, it's not providing the most reliable results. I believe that some of these plugins can work good, but they are expensive as well, usually. Some of our clients were thinking about LLM for forecasting, and actually LLM as universal tool, for example, ChatGPT can perform some forecasting. And if you prepare this task in a good way, so if you spend some valuable time to put a task for ChatGPT, for example, it can use the models and mathematical formulas for forecasting and provide you some results. They will be at some level reliable, but this level of reliability is usually depend on how good you are in actually putting this task to ChatGPT. So you have to be expert in forecasting to make it work. And second of all, LLM not good in mathematics. We experience some issues, for example, when everything calculated is right, but some numbers after zero, like after delimiter, are wrong, just replaced, misplaced. So it's often like it's an issue with LLMs, and in this case, I wouldn't recommend for everybody to go for forecasting to LLM. On the market, and actually we have, as this task is pretty old, we have machine learning models which are reliable. And actually, you can see, for example, the results of one of these machine learning models, ML models, on the bottom of the slide. And actually, they provide pretty reliable result, and because they are trained on a lot of data, and also it can be they can be trained for your particular case with your data, which represent your market, which represent your market share, and so on, which is important. So these models work great, but the point is with these models that you need to spend some efforts to integrate them, because they don't have, as they are like such smart, they don't have the out of the box integration with any system. So you need to work on building infrastructure around these ML models to actually provide it with your data, train it, and get the reliable result in the right place. How we approach this forecasting tasks? Let's go to the next slide, and I will show you the overall architectural schema, how we usually approach and how we work with this. Odoo is actually a really great system to be integrated with AI tools and other tools because it has a great API, and you can actually work with mostly, generally speaking, with all the data inside your Odoo instance, and also work with fields to get results into Odoo back. So it's a schema of one of our real clients, and actually we implemented this couple of such systems. So we work with Odoo, we work with historical data, and actually this historical data can be updated daily or some like time basis. We built some integration connector, and you need this integration connector to retrieve data and actually put data back into Odoo. We use data preparation because the way you store data in your system is not always matching how the model is working with data. Then we're using the forecasting agent to calculate forecast and different type of forecasting, and then we get this data back to be used and utilized inside Odoo. In this particular case, like for this particular client, we were using Autogluon. Can you hear me, Alexandra?
Yes,
Because I can. Okay,
this error.
Okay, yeah. I thought like there's some connection broken. Okay, for this case, we use Autogluon. It's actually a reliable system and reliable model to work with, and a lot of integrational and data preparational tasks we delegated to CogniAgent, which is our platform, and I personally really love because it has a lot of tools under the hood and actually automation that can be used. So it's an example how can you build forecasting for your business. It's not something that you can build on your own like within one day, but it gives you the sense of understanding how to approach these things. Okay, I suggest us to go to another example, which we can address.
Yes, Maxime, thank you very much. And I will move to another key area where AI, I believe, can make a real difference. It's scheduling optimization and another AI open source tool. Many businesses still rely on manual, semi-automated scheduling, whether it's project planning, workforce management, or resource allocation. And it often leads to inefficiencies, bottlenecks, and conflicts. And I propose to take one of our projects as an example. Our client is a manufacturing company that operates both as a product, as a manufacturing company and as a construction company. So They use Odoo manufacturing module to manage production and projects module to handle construction workflows. The main challenge was to plan resources across both areas: production capacity, machinery, and people. That's where OptaPlanner comes in. OptaPlanner is an open source AI optimization engine. What's powerful about OptaPlanner is that it uses constraint solving algorithms to find the best possible schedule, one that balance all your business rules, priorities, available resources. It automatically analyzes all available resources, time slots, constraints, then builds the most efficient schedule across manufacturing and construction activities. And let me move on. From the user experience, from the user perspective, as integration with OptaPlanner feels completely natural. Everything happens right inside Odoo. No more UIs. Yeah. Planners continue using familiar views like Gantt charts, calendars, capacity dashboards within manufacturing or projects modules. The typical flow is simple. They chose a planning view, apply filters by project, work centers, employee groups, etc. And then they hit optimize schedule button. So Odoo then sends the data to OptaPlanner. I will show you it here. Yeah. Odoo then sends data to OptaPlanner, receives the optimized plan, and displays it visually with color-coded overlords, suggested assignments. The planner can accept the full plan, adjust tasks manually with drag and drop, or log specific assignments for the next run. All of this works seamlessly with Odoo favorites and personal views. So each user can keep their own filters, layouts. For example, let's say, I don't know, my work center next 2 weeks, something like that. Yeah, and back to these filters every day. Push this optimize schedule button when it needed, and receive suggestions. Then, what else? Okay, yeah. I unfortunately I can see something in the chat because of a wrong connection or something. But I really want to ask you, how often does it happen that your sales team gets a call like, do you have these products in this and that quantity, and can you deliver it next week to the particular city? And then and of course, client expects to receive the answer right away, right? And but in the reality, you need to have a pause of the conversation, call to the warehouse, or dig through the ERP filters in the inventory module trying to find the answer. Then to deal with the roads, to understand from which warehouse we should do it. That's exactly the kind of everyday scenario we wanted to simplify with the CogniAgent. Maxime already mentioned it. It's our in-house AI-powered platform that combines automation and smart agents to handle these queries instantly. Instead of switching between modules or calling logistics, the user can just type the questions directly in the Odoo Discuss module in a natural language. But behind the scenes, of course, AI connects to Odoo, retrieves stock data, checks routes, timing, returns complete ready-to-act answer, all in real time. So it's how CogniAgent can be helpful with this, with, let's say, daily scenarios. And once again, OptaPlanner is also is here for like a logistic optimization. But not only OptaPlanner, there are more tools. But what is important here is that Odoo already provides strong modules for inventory, purchase, sales, manufacturing, and fleet. But AI-powered logistic automation enhances these processes by connecting Odoo with external optimization engines such as OptaPlanner, Delivery Optimizer, Road Optimization SaaS platforms, a lot of them. Yeah. And here you can see what provides Odoo and what AI is. But I believe that more important how it works from user perspective. Yeah, but as in previous example, very intuitive, natural. Although it automatically generates list of deliveries for the day, the user simply clicks optimize road button. Once again, button. Yeah, one button for everything, and the AI engine instantly returns the most efficient delivery plan. The optimized plan appears directly on the map view, and delivery tasks are automatically dispatched to drivers. So while the backend uses complex AI algorithms, the front-end experience stays simple, visual, and fully integrated with Odoo. Yeah, and we believe that it's very important. So finally, that's how we bring AI directly into daily operations to our clients, making it practical, accessible, results-driven. And now to wrap up and share a few takeaways, I will hand it over once again to Maxim.
Yeah, thanks a lot. We have brought like a couple of examples of the complicated system and actually issues that you can address to add to your business valuable process with AI powered. Again, what is important? Important is to address and approach and choose the right solution for your business. As you can see, for these complex solutions and actually that are working great and shows great results, we were using like either some platforms that can do this, like CogniAgent, which is not super super expensive, or we even use some open source tools if we can prove that they are efficient and they fulfill the tasks that is needed. Which is important to approach the task from its nature, but not from the tools. Not looking into some tasks for a particular tool, but use tools for the tasks. Actually, CogniAgent, I wanted to stop on CogniAgent and how it works with Odoo. As I said, like it works great because it has out-of-the-box connection. As we grow this CogniAgent, we of course made sure that with Odoo it works like a charm and can get all the data and actually write all the data. And which is important, a lot of solutions we already implemented inside the usual tools in the Odoo, and I strongly suggest you this approach because it gives you easy access to really empowering with AI. For example, set of the projects we implemented agents that was working with a knowledge base of the company on the documents that this company provided, and with like products and processes inside Odoo system that was available really in the communication model, like just in a chat. So you just call, you can chat, you can send a message to your colleague, and you can send the message to CogniAgent, and CogniAgent will bring you the report, will perform some particular action, start some approval cycle, bring some other tools in place, and so on. So it's really important to adapt to your processes, and it's available. So CogniAgent, easy to start, auto integrating, really time saving because I will stop on time saving, and access to accurate data. What is important? Important to use the tools that can work with your data, and this data shouldn't be you shouldn't spend too much time to prepare this. When we were building CogniAgent, we built this agent the way they can work with some documents that you already have in the company. As an example, we have like in our company, in our products and in our sales processes, we have the product separation. So different products, like in different solutions, are going through different, I can say, like sales managers or departments. And we have a document that we're using inside our company, and we did use before introducing CogniAgent. That just describes these products and describe how to handle when we're getting some external request, how to handle it according to our product definition, and who, like for example, what exact person this request should be addressed. And actually, we haven't prepared anything special for CogniAgent. We just point CogniAgent to search for explanation into these documents, and this agent just reads this document and understand how to make these decisions. And these documents are actually alive, and our managers are always updating them according to updates and changes in our company, which is super time saving and super easy to handle. It's how you can approach the instructions. And actually, I strongly suggest you to use the same set of instructions. Like, just treat it as an employee. If you use the same set of instruction as you give on the first day for your new employee onboarding, and if AI tools can work with them, that's actually the image that you want to get. Okay, we have stopped on couple of cases that needs some amount of efforts to implement, just to illustrate you how this AI-based architecture and how it works with Odoo, and actually with any ERP system in particular. But let us at the end bring some easy solutions that can empower your business, empower your processes, that can be bring like within, I don't know, 1 or 2 weeks, and actually can help a lot and bring some efficiency. Document processing. When you're getting some documents in different formats, you can process them in the format that your business process needs with AI tools. Bills, paperwork, some things that goes inside your inbox and like can be analyzed, and you can find the right places. So some things that you're doing manually, doing by hand, input some data from one screen to another, can be done by AI. It's super easy, and it saves a lot of time, and actually give you ability to spend this time on something more valuable. Request navigation and decision making. A lot like smart agents already can do this out of the box. As an example is CogniAgent that I describe you. When we're getting request, it navigated to the right direction. So it sends messages, send emails, put this request into our ERP system, and notifies the right people to actually manage this request. Also, decision making can be made like and it can smartly decide on it can like in a smart way decide in which bucket, I can say, like put this request, what information it should search additionally about this request, and so on. So it can make decision making and perform decision making task based on instructions that we have in our company. Approval workflow automation. As I know from our client's experience, it's really complicated flow, especially when it comes to ERP systems, because like the approval workflows are available, Um, Approvals workflow are available in most of ERP systems, but what issues with them? If you want to change the approval workflow, you need to actually perform like some bunch of actions to reconfigure this automation. If like some person changes, if some role changes, if you want to be more flexible on this like approval flow, it brings a lot of efforts to actually change it. But with AI instructions, you can imagine AI bot, AI agent, like for example, CogniAgent, has one document on where it's described how the approval workflow should work. What it has, the people or roles in the company that should make approval, like actually give their approval, the communication channels on which this approval should be sent, email, I don't know, Slack message or WhatsApp message, or put something like put some task status in some of the system, and describe the behavior and flows, different flows, how to behave if, for example, all approved get like it gets all approved, nobody approves and everybody reject, and you got some approvals but some rejections. And it can be written in two-page documents and just stored on your Google Drive or I don't know, like SharePoint. And smart agent like CogniAgent, for example, can just follow this and perform these actions. If something needs approval, it sends emails, it sends Slack notification, WhatsApp messages. I don't know, like you say it. And according to the instructions that were left to him to it, it can actually drive this workflow of approvals. It's something really easy, but usually like it's a lot of efforts to configure this approval workflow, and a lot of approval workflows, from my experience, are not automated. They're just like doing manually. Enrichment of the data, and actually like something that we call scoring. When we, for example, you're getting requests for like for some products in your company. You can send AI to gather additional data about this potential client, about market, about I don't know how big this client is, and this information will help you to approach this lead and this deal better. You can gather additional information about like the reliability of your potential partners, and I don't know, like if you're selling some franchise, for example. And it's actually easy configurable task, and AI can do this. CogniAgent is we're using CogniAgent inside our company to get additional data about our potential clients. Of course, public data, but it gathers it from a lot of places and actually provide us really much bigger and much bigger amount of information than we have in the request for some RFI or RFP. Data retrieval with AI assistant, and actually the data configuration with AI assistant. What we implemented just from the beginning of CogniAgent journey for us, it's for example working with CVs as the companies that provide outsource solutions. We often prepare the CVs for some projects, and working with the CVs are really easy on top of the fingers with CogniAgent, because it can read, it can provide information from any source and in any format into the format that we need, into our corporate, I don't know, CV template and so on. So it's 5 examples of the things that you can implement easily, you can implement quickly, and luckily, like you don't need to use some particular tool for this, but I strongly recommend you CogniAgent, because I know from my experience that these 5 areas are really great covered by Cogni. Okay, I think we need to wrap up. Like we have 5 minutes for questions. Yeah, we have a Q&A next. Thanks for attention, and If you can, Alexandra, please bring the next slide. So
Yeah.
here we have, I believe, the next one, or it's not updated. Okay. So we have two QR codes that we will show to you. Like one is to provide feedback to you and for us to this session, and second one to actually book a demo with myself as well about and talk about your solution, talk about your issues, and actually find the right solution. So treat it as a consultation. Okay, let's probably leave them on the screen and
Yeah.
please write your questions in chat if yeah, Alexander, sorry.
Yeah, and after completing this feedback form, you will receive the presentation materials, I believe. Like waiting for your question. Unfortunately, I can't see the chat. Maybe Maxim, you can.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I was muted. Okay, let me read through the questions. We have it in a couple of places. Okay, how are you currently consolidating data from multiple sales channels? What challenges do you face in achieving real-time visibility across ERP? I think this one is better to answer you, Alexander.
Yeah, thank you for your question. I will address it. So, first of all, we don't face any issues because Odoo natively supports offline sales because of point of sale module, website sales because of also natively built natively builder and also we are using connectors for Shopify and other e-commerce platforms. Um, Also, we do have Amazon out of the works. Uh, Moreover, Odoo supports multi-company setup and financial consolidation. Providing like a real-time visibility across all channels and all companies. Yeah, and don't know. Feel free to join a demo, and we will show you exactly how it works in a real time. I think I answer.
Okay, thank you. Please, you can like if it's your answer, if it's your question, you can write in chat like if you have additional things to elaborate here. And let me choose some other question. I believe that we have only 1 minute left, so I think we should be wrapping up. Okay. Yeah. What roadblocks have you encountered when trying to adopt AI or automation in your operations? Technical, lack of data, compliance concerns, of integration complexity. Yeah, it's a good question. If you left me, I will answer this one. So there are a lot, all sorts of limitations, but not limitation, but actually challenges that we already overcome and have experience with. Of course, there was some technical limitations, but I don't consider technical limitation as the main one. Like it's just a matter of efforts nowadays with the technology we have. Lack of data is important because sometimes we want to analyze data and actually we're lacking some data. It was when we first was trying forecasting and we were using like different data sources to actually train our first like forecasting working model. And for example, if you are growing business and you don't have a lot of data, like for example, your newly created business, of course, it will take some time to train the model, like to be reliable, the forecasting for sure. Like these limitations are exist. Integration complexity exists because AI solutions on the market and this topic actually of agentic AI that can do some perform some work is developing, and we always for example, when we're building CogniAgent and using CogniAgent for our processes, we have process in place to test reliability of all the tools that we're using inside, and it's actually we're spending a lot of time and effort just to make sure that everything that we are based on is reliable and working reliably. Yeah, so it's actually compliance concerns. There is a bias that if we're talking about AI, it's always not compliant, but it's not. We're using only where it's needed. We're using only GDPR compliant and other compliant tools and solutions. So we're pretty sure that it's already not an issue for the solution. So integrational things need to be considered. Data for decision making, yes, and reliability of the tools that you're using. Like you need to always challenge the AI to be reliable and avoiding all these things that we were talking at the beginning. Okay, thank you. I hope that I provide some information.
Yeah, thank you, Maxim. I see that we are out of time already. Yeah, thank you everyone for joining us, for your attention, and Bukadama. See you. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks a lot. Bye.